Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your boy Mentor the Great. Today we have introduction to logic. By definition, logic is defined as the correctness of reasoning or thinking, and human being applies it in taking decisions concerning their life and in our day-to-day activities. We also make use of logic in one way or the other. Take for instance, in a professional football involves a lot of reasoning or thinking, but in a competition, a player who bags 2 yellow cards in a match is equivalent to have bagged a red card in that match, and such a player suffers the punishment of leaving the pitch and must not play in the next match within the same season. Okay, so when we talk about logic, we talk about reasoning. You understand? So therefore, one can equally define logic as the ability to draw a suitable conclusion and inferences after a persuasive argument. So in this context, an argument consists of 3 parts. So I'm going to present 3 parts of argument to you now. The 3 parts, we have 2 premises and a conclusion. Okay, so we have argument of 3 parts. We have first premises. We have the second premises. And we have the conclusion. Okay? Let's say the first premises, all DPO are policemen. Okay, let's say the second premises, all policemen are men, and then the conclusion, watch again, all DPO are policemen, all policemen are men, meaning that all DPOs are men. All DPO are men. So this is a 3-part argument. You understand? So just know that whenever we talk about logic, we talk about act of correctness of reasoning. So you see the correctness of the reasoning now, then you try to pose reasoning on the first and second premises in order to draw a conclusion, and it's through logic that the conclusion comes out. If you're not careful in your reasoning, you can't draw this particular conclusion. So this correctness of your reasoning is what we call logic. Okay, all DPO are policemen and all policemen are men. It means that there is no female DPO. It simply means that all DPO are men. And this conclusion is gotten by combining the first and second premises. And whenever the conclusion follows from the 2 premises, the arguments we just put forward is then called a valid argument. So a valid argument is formed whenever the conclusion follows rightly from the 2 premises. So I can bring up another argument. Let's say Dora is a female 100 level student. Dora is a female 100 level student. This let's call this one the first premises. The second premises says that all 100 level All 100 level students. All 100 level students are members of the volleyball team. So we're going to draw a conclusion from these two premises and then see if it's possible for us and then see if the argument is actually a valid one. So what should be our conclusion? Try to pause the video now and reason to see if you can be able to get the actual conclusion before you just guess at the actual conclusion before you continue the video to see the actual conclusion. Dora is a female 100 level student and all 100 level students are members of the volleyball team. It simply means that Dora is a member of a volleyball team. Dora is a member of the volleyball team. Okay, so you see that the conclusion follows rightly from the two premises. By combination of the two premises, we have a conclusion. Okay, so since the two arguments provided so far, they are a valid arguments because the conclusion follows rightly from the two premises. So whenever we talk about logic, we talk about argument. We'll talk about the correctness of what? Reasoning or thinking. Okay, the next thing we're going to discuss now is what we call proposition or statement. So because in logic we talk about proposition, we deal with statements. Okay? Alright, so we have proposition / statements. Okay, a proposition is actually a statement that can be judged either true or false, but not both. A proposition is a statement that can be judged either true or false, but not both. A proposition true T or false F. But not both. So you see, a proposition is a statement that can be judged either true or false, but not both. Let's look into e.g. examples of proposition. We have number one, we can have today is Wednesday. Today is Wednesday. Of course, this is a proposition because you can judge whether it is true that today is Wednesday or not. And of course, it's equally a statement. So we have, let's say, logic. Logic is interesting. Logic is interesting. Let's have one more. Canada is in Denmark. Okay, So this is a proposition, this is a proposition, and this is a proposition, and they are simple statements. So the three examples here are simple statements because they are talking about one particular thing and there is no combination. So these are simple statements and they are proposition because you can judge either true or false. Okay? So these are just simple statements. Okay? So let's talk about not all statements are proposition. Note, not all statements are proposition. Though all propositions are statements, but not all statements are proposition. So a statement can be, where are you going to? Come here. See, all these ones are just mere statements, but in as much as they doesn't attract yes or no as reply, response, they are regarded as non-proposition. So not all statements are proposition. Example, we have, where are you going to? Is a statement, but because the response is not either true or false, it is regarded as not proposition or not, it's not a proposition, it's just a statement. Okay, so we can still have come here, come here. You say, where's my book? So some of them suggest, all of them are just statements, but they are not proposition. As far as proposition is concerned, a proposition is a statement that can be judged either true or false, but not both. Okay? So these ones there are statements, but they are not proposition. Whereas the examples I give under propositions, they are simple statements and also a proposition because you can judge either true or false. Okay. Now, let's talk about compound or composite proposition or statements. A compound proposition is one which is formed by a simple combination of two or more simple propositions using logical connectives or and. We say this is formed, or let's say compound proposition. These are formed by a simple combination two or more simple proposition using logical connectives. Example, and, or. So when you use the logical connectives to combine two simple propositions, you get what we call a compound proposition. For instance, I can say today is Wednesday and today is a good day. Okay. Like I can say the birds are singing and the dogs are barking. Okay, is a compound statement. This is a simple proposition. This is a simple proposition. Okay, combining these two guys will give us a compound proposition. Okay, you can say all mathematicians are magicians, or all students likes maths. Okay, or we can choose all mathematicians are magicians, or all students like mathematics. So we're using a connecting or and to join two sentences together, or to join two propositions together. We form what we call a compound proposition. Okay. Now, all the things we are talking as if we're teaching English language here, but the most important thing here is like our interest in this topic is we're interested in the part of logic. Like we are interested in the part of logic which reduces our reasoning to an algebra which have a fixed and simple rules. That's what we call symbolic logic. When we're going to use letters to represent statement, and that is when truth tables comes in, truth values comes in, and we work more of using algebraic terms to represent algebraic symbols to represent symbols, and then analyze the truth value of a particular of a given compound statement using a truth table. So in my next video, I'm going to talk about symbolic logic in more details and the use of truth tables and how to analyze compound statements using truth table. Thank you and have a nice day.